Good day everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the Atari 2600 and we're looking at a game called Fast Eddie, which was developed by Sirius Software and published by Fox Video Games in 1982. Apparently it also came out on the Commodore 64 and the VIC-20, but what we have is like a single screen stage, is 8 difficulty levels. You need to collect 9 prizes, represented by hearts here. Once you've done that, you have to get, there's a tall enemy at the top I believe called a sneaker, and you collect a key above his head. But apparently, hopefully, all will become clear as we go on. So here I go, up and down the ladders. Avoid these blue sneaker mushroom people. If you are a blue sneaker mushroom person, then comment below. So, at the moment, Eddie looks very, very fast. He can jump extremely long way, and I just died there. This is on difficulty level 1. If you want a higher difficulty, then yeah, there's 7 other ones to choose from. So you can see at the top there, going back left and right, is a big sneaker. I think he loses his legs as soon as we've got 9 of these heart things on this stage. So yes, interesting one, 1982. These games aren't about expert, the views aren't about expert gameplay. They're about seeing how you got on your first or second go. So I think I've got the sort of idea on this one. It's quite easy to understand what to do straight away, which I would have loved as a kid. And it's all about perfecting your timing, going up and down the levels. I don't know why that guy's not moving. Maybe because it's on we're on the baby level, maybe. Only a maximum of 2 prizes will turn up on the screen at any one time. You only need 9, but if you get any more than that, you'll just get extra points. Now, you see at the top there, that sneaker's lost his big legs, and he's got that key. We need to jump into that key, and I think then we get onto the next stage. There we go. So that was quite straightforward, wasn't it, really? After each stage, you get an extra life or an extra Eddie with a maximum of 3 held in reserves. You can't go on forever. The game looks fairly easy on level 1, it has to be said. So it looks like now we're collecting fish. If you had this one back in the day, then let me know. I quite like the thing. It's very, very basic. Whoops. It's very, very basic, but it is 1982, and I quite like it. It might very well be that you have never heard of this game. But I do like, there's quite a lot of games where it involves single screen going up and down ladders and stuff. Not quite like Space Panic from the arcades, but you know, or Kong maybe. It's got a lot of influences to it. So just get the fish. Fast Eddie looks an interesting fellow. Made up of multiple different colours there. Green, blue and yellow. Boof. Right, now we've got to get that key again. We jump over him and then we're looking good. If we bash into him, we lose a life. So that's, we now get an extra Eddie. One thing I don't like is it don't show you how many lives you got on the screen at any time, unless I'm being not very observant. Maybe those, actually it might do. Those 3 purple lines below the score, they might very well be my lives left. So keep an eye on them to see if they go down. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Because it's down to 2. So it does show it as I try and collect these tanks. Maximum of 3 lives, 3 held in reserve, but you get an extra life for every screen you complete. Unless you're on 3 already. So that's quite straightforward then, isn't it? So as a kid, it's all about then getting as far as you possibly can. Good old Eddie. I think there's quite a lot of games where the central character is called Eddie. It seems to be like a comedy name to use in these. Collecting tanks. I do like the idea of the different things to collect each time. Don't know how many levels this has got. I'm suspecting loads. So I should go back up to 3 again, which I have done. I like that guy at the top there. If I saw him in real life, I think he would be pretty cool. So what we got now? Like bottles of perfume, or maybe that's awful, I don't know, body, what is it? Whatever, anyway, body deodorant, that's it, that's what. Oops, I've got hit by a mushroom thing. So, on the initial stage then, stage 1, it looks like you can go on for quite some time, so kid might have been on this for a little while. I won't be playing this for hours. If you've watched this far into the video, then please consider subscribing, because it might be a case that you like this kind of stuff. If you've subscribed already, then huge thanks to you. There's actually hundreds and hundreds of videos on the channel. I don't think any one person has seen all of them. If you have, then comment below. Well done, you. We do have an Atari 2600 playlist, so that's what you're into. To get there, click on my username. That'll take you to the channel page, unless YouTube have changed it. And then on the playlist tab, you'll see Atari 2600 and a few other systems there as well. You know, this is a bit of a non-stressy game, really. It's not overly difficult on the first stage. So if you want a bit of a chill down, this one would have done the business. He jumps a long way. I think later stage you might have to jump over 2 of these enemies at the same time, making it a little bit more of a challenge. It doesn't tell you what stage you're on, but at the moment we're collecting balloons. My wonderful balloon. One life left, so if I die here, I'm doomed. I'm doomed to Betsy. Right, go, 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 go. Yes, interesting one. This Fast Eddie. I'd imagine there'd be lots of variants on different systems. Maybe not necessarily called Fast Eddie. As an adult, it's boring me a little bit. As a kid, I would liked his moving feet and all that sort of stuff. In 1982, I would have been 8 years old. So yeah, I might have played this a little bit. Really, it's of an era, and when you look at these, you have to look at it of an era. Now it's slightly getting more difficult. Now we've got a guy, two mushroom or sneakers, should we say, going back and forth up there. So you got to time it, and it looks like we're collecting amazing watering cans. So I prefer tanks to watering cans, but anyway, never mind. Collision detection doesn't look too bad, although when you're going up the ladders, it seems like you're a little bit immune to everything. Well, we might have to test that out a bit more. Atari 2600. Maybe we'll do other Atari systems at some point. We're just doing the 2600 at the moment. I think it was the first one, wasn't it? Sometimes known as the VCS. My first computer was a ZX Spectrum 48K, so I probably missed the Atari 2600 by at least, just about a couple of years maybe. Although they're still making games in line, at the same time as the ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, and all that lot. It's just, I was a Spectrum man. Didn't come out on the Spectrum this, but as I said, Commodore 64 and VIC-20 apparently. Nice sounds to the thing. It wouldn't have been my favourite Atari 2600 game, I don't think, back in the day. But it suffices. It's all right. Doesn't do a great deal, but it does enough. Fast Eddie, he might be called Fat Eddie. Other games with fasting or fast food, of course. Right, there's a guy going backward and forward up the top there. You see, just the key. Get up there. So it's all about timing this game and plotting your path forward. I should now be on 2 lives. So hopefully you understand the gameplay straight away. It's like we're collecting spades now from the playing cards. Boof. Oops, oh dearie me. 1 life left. 1 life left. Oops. No life. Oh, right, no life. So I've got no lives in reserve now. So this is the last life. If I die here, I've had it. I hope you're counting how many prizes I've collected, because I'm sure not. Right. Anyway, we'll soon know when the guy loses his tall legs up the top there. Oh, he got a little bit smaller then. Got a little bit smaller. Bump into him, of course, you'll lose a life. It's getting lower. There's no time limit on this. The only danger of losing life is your own impatience. That's what's going to get you in the end. Doesn't matter what level you get these prizes at. Just get 9 in total. I suppose you could just wait. Well, you can't wait, can you, on any save, because there's only a maximum of 2 on the screen at each time. Boof. Right, now, the top man's clear, so it's just about getting up there. And then it's on to the next stage, which is going to be roughly the same. It's like the ladders are in slightly different places each time. The colour varies, but it's you know roughly what to do. Biff. It doesn't vary a great deal. So aimed at younger players. There's a smiley face there. So just imagine yourself as a 6-year-old, 8-year-old, or around that sort of age, maybe a bit younger even playing this. I think you would have liked it. As an adult, there's not really much to engage your brain. You can just look at it as a bit of a retro history, really. Right, boof. So, an infant's game, a younger sort of game. Different times, much more peaceful. Wasn't it much more wholesome back then? I don't think kids would be too interested in this unless Fast Eddie can do kung fu or something, and I don't know, you use all manners of technology, have a jetpack and kick butt. But here he is, just going up and down ladders, collecting prizes in order to collect a key off a brown sneaker thing. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. Right, now what am I doing? Collecting hammers now. That's no toy for a kid to collect. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer all the time. Big thank you to the members that are keeping this running as we try and have a historic delve. We're a bit of a museum, this channel as well, I suppose. As a historic delve into retro gaming history, really. Whoa. Yeah, the thing is, it is a bit flawed on the ladders. It looks like the collision detection on the ladders doesn't quite work. So as long as you're up one rung on the ladder, they're never going to get you, I don't think. Beep, beep. Right, will I be playing this again? Well, unless we fluke it in the live stream. It's yes. It's not as addictive as a football management game, but I don't think any football management games come out on the Atari 2600. That would have been interesting, wouldn't it? If you know different, let me know. I'm sure there is some football games, and mine focus now. I might have to track those down, but probably not any management games. Right, last life. Oh, I thought that was the last life. Why didn't I die there? I was trying to end the review because I got a little bit bored, to be honest. This thing's coming after me. Yeah, big thank you to the members, as I say. Bib, bib. Right, okay, yes, he can't die on the left. What if I jump into him? Oh, that's Melinda My Lives anyway. Yeah, an interesting one, historic one. Hasn't aged particularly well. You have to look at it from a historic point of view. A little bit boring by today's standards, but for 1982, pretty nifty. I would have played it quite a bit. Well done, Fast Eddie. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. Of course, you know what it's called. I've said it 4 or 5 times. That was Fast Eddie on the Atari 2600, developed by Sirius Software and published by Fox Video Games in 1982. I think that was the first game for Fox that Sirius developed. Anyway, if you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and I'm very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.